Okay, so let's start. I would like to welcome everybody for the phase 2 of our series of Chandrasekhar lectures and the events connected to it. I would like to invite the new participants who have just arrived, and also I hope that you are aware of the structure of the event that's going to take place. It's not really exactly a conference, but slightly different in the sense that you will have lectures throughout the day, and the last lecture will be given by Professor Shankar Das Sarma, who is here now with us. I would like to make this as more of a discussion meeting, as the way we suggested in the posters. So let's have some participation from everybody here. 2 quick points. One is if you need any help, particularly for people who are coming from outside Bangalore, the registration desk is always going to be helpful. At least they will forward you to the right person. The second is there are a few posters which have been displayed outside. There is no separate poster session, but please, when you are moving around during the tea session or something, have a look at the posters. It's work done by people around in Bangalore and India. I would not take much time. What I would do is I would request Professor Spenta Wadia, who is the director of ICTS, and the driving force of this meeting, both morally and financially, to come and address the audience.
Models and finance don't go together.
Well, for you it does. I think it's on.
These 2 slides now?
Yeah.
Yes. Up, down, and there's the pointer. There's a pointer here also.
Okay, all right. Okay, and this is up and down. Okay. And this is another pointer.
Yeah.
Really?
Intense one.
Okay, fine. And this is not...
It's some professors.
no, I know what it is, but it'll, if you don't mind. Huh? ये लग जाएगा इधर तो टूट जाएगा. That's the only point. That's fine now. Yeah. Okay, so but clearly I can move it from here also, no? Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, good. All right. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to this very exciting and extraordinary meeting. Yesterday night, when I arrived from my meeting, I'm a string theorist from Puri in Bhubaneswar. I was told that I should give some overview of the ICTS DIFR. So I very quickly prepared something, and there may be some outdated information, but you have to bear with me. You may not even recognize that, actually. So, all right. So the ICTS stands for the International Center for Theoretical Sciences of the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. It was born in Mumbai, and it is now here. And it's a new initiative in Indian science, inspired by institutions like the KITP, that is the Cowley Institute in Santa Barbara, and the Institute for Advanced Studies in Princeton. To play a very catalytic role in enhancement of research, it is not like a standard institute which has, standard departments with traditional subjects, but it has a platform actually to be able to have staircases between various areas. I'll come to that a little bit more in detail a little while later. And also, it's very important for us to provide a platform for science education and outreach to, make science a center stage in the social agenda in India. And a lot of our activities and information can be found on this website. If you type ICTS in Google, that will be usually the first entry. So now the vision is the following. It's very ambitious, but I think we have to be very ambitious actually in these things when you begin doing it. It's for transforming research, the way people do research, at least here in our locality, brought about by a very carefully conceived set of very high quality programs like this one, and embedded short conferences which are overseen by excellent permanent faculty and adjunct faculty. Find a long list on our website, and also a very dedicated program committee. We would like to provide a platform and resources for researchers to congregate over extended periods of time, coming together and working together, encouraging cross-disciplinary immersions and collaborations, and bringing... Now what happened? It's not my fault. So, sorry. I think these are all these warning things this Windows produces, so unfortunately, you should get a Mac here. Just joking. Okay. And sort of bringing theory very face-to-face experiment. This name, theoretical sciences, should not mislead you that this is a place only for theorists, but as you see, Arindam Ghosh is an experimentalist, and he is deeply involved in ICTS and also in organizing this meeting. We also would like to incubate important new emerging areas of research and helping create, hopefully sometime in the future, a new area of research should come out of ICTS actually, from people coming together, discussing and arriving at something new. And we'd also like to foster important research areas in which the local effort in India needs to be enhanced, like for example this meeting is doing. Okay. And together with our main goal, we'd like to use the ICTS facilities for programs in science, education and communication, and just outreach is extremely important for us. So, all right, so these are some numbers of programs that we have organized since September 2007 when we began our activities. So these numbers are slightly dated, so it's 65 plus, 2600 plus, and so you see that our idea of creating this center has been very amply vindicated, both within and outside India. And what are our activities today actually? So we organize interdisciplinary programs, we organize schools with embedded conferences, short discussion meetings, the Subramaniam Chandrasekhar lectures like this one, and the associated workshops, Srinivasa Ramanujam lectures. See this, I told you this is a presentation from the time I gave a talk during the Ramanujam lecture of Peter Sarnak, so it has happened, sorry. And Alan Turing lectures next year, public lectures, platforms for new initiatives, faculty search and campus construction. It's a very tough agenda, but we are just doing it. And there are lots of people, of course, involved at various levels in doing things at ICTS. One is our management board, which is the coming from the Tata Institute, then the International Advisory Council, which is just not a namesake body, but they are after the director to produce a report every 4 months, which is scrutinized. I'll show you who those members are and who is actually behind me, sort of making sure that I do my job well. And there's a program committee, there's joint faculty, adjunct faculty, and appointments committees. Okay. So this is the advisory board. Now this is a very important body actually. It contains people who have been very much for creation of ICTS several years ago, and the chair of this committee is David Gross, and this is the reason why this committee is really a very dynamic committee and makes sure that the ICTS director really does his job. So every 4 months I send a very detailed report of what we are doing. And there are comments from all these people on that. So, and we have started inducting our faculty. So these are the people actually we already have inducted, and the ones I have said 2013 are the people who are going to join early next year. By April 1st, all of these would have joined. So, okay, so Ajit, I will not detail. These are in various different areas. This is gravitational waves and nonlinear relativity. There's Ajit. Arvind Kumar is in computational neuroscience. Abhishek Dar is in statistical mechanics. Suvrat Raju and Pallab Basu are string theorists. And Samriddhi Ray in turbulence. And myself, yeah, okay. Professionally, I'm from string theory and particle physics. So I'll just give you a very brief sort of picture of the type of programs we are doing. I mean, we quickly splash some of these things. So there are interdisciplinary programs, okay, which emphasize activities and overlapping in areas of traditional fields, okay. And we always keep in mind, you know, that you have to be very careful about being interdisciplinary. You have to be very strong in disciplines and then talk to each other. So we have emphasized that, and I think this is a large collection of programs across the board in science, all areas of science, from particle physics to biology to condensed matter and data intensive science, etc. Okay, so then there are schools. The schools are a very important part with embedded conferences. And so here are a few examples from condensed matter, cosmology, mathematics, and chemistry, etc. So these are some just examples of these schools. So you see that we are, in the beginning when I started, people used to think that this will be some string theory setup actually, you know, only string theory and stuff, and fundamental physics. But as you see that our agenda is basically trying to say that science is just one story. And I think we are really dedicated to that mission. So now these are the Subramaniam Chandrasekhar lectures. I will actually detail this in the afternoon, so I will just go past it. And we also have these new lecture series, the Srinivasa Ramanujam lectures in pure mathematics. And we already had a very wonderful first Ramanujam conference by Peter Sarnak on the Ramanujam conjecture. And the next one is by Andrew Maida from the Courant Institute on mathematical perspectives on clouds, climate, tropical meteorology. And you may wonder what pure mathematics has to do with all this, but it has a lot. And the new series that we have launched for next year is the Alan Turing lectures in the areas of computer science, biology, engineering. And these three sets of lectures and the associated meetings around them, I think will cover the entire canvas and landscape of modern science, looks like. Okay, we also have short discussion meetings, and these are some examples of that. And public lectures are a very important part of ICTS. So here is a list of public lectures. We just had one public lecture last week by Shankar on quantum reality, and it was an absolute success, with especially students not letting him off at all, even to have a cup of tea. And okay, so we had a lecture on quantum mechanics and space-time in the 21st century by Nima Arkani Hamid. So on. So there are lots and lots of excellent public lectures. And the first lecture, of course, was given by Juan Maldacena on black holes and the structure of space-time. So that the series was started by Juan, and it has gone on very successfully. We also have very special lectures, actually, in order to sort of make points about important events. So this is the Turing centenary, and ICTS celebrated this centenary by a fantastic lecture by Sidney Brenner on the architecture of biological complexity. And for 3 days we had him here in connection with this, and it was quite a enjoyable time because we also had a half a day's discussion on the role of theory in biology, which is important. And I think the future is very bright for that subject. We also had an ICTS distinguished lecture by Ashok Sen. He's one of the winners of the Fundamental Physics Prize and also part of our advisory committee and part of us, basically, on holography and quantum mechanics. We also have international linkages. I'm very keen on doing that. So we already have an Asian Winter School on Strings, Particles and Cosmology, which rotates between China, Japan, Korea and India. Okay, so next year's school is in China. 2014 will be in India. Then we are also part of the Mathematics of Planet Earth year. That is next year. And as you must all be knowing, especially the guests from the United States, that this is an initiative of the American Institute of Mathematics of organizing programs in mathematics which have to do with to pointing out and emphasizing the ubiquitousness of mathematics in all the things we do, actually. So this, we are part of this. And we also have the US-India Advanced Study Institute on Thermalization, which is going to happen next year. And I'm very happy to say that ICTP and ICTS are now, ICTP Trieste, are now joining hands to do joint programs. So the first joint program will be in biology, and the next ones will be in the areas of cosmology. Okay, so this is as far as international linkages. And, I think it's very important for institutions like ours to provide platforms for new initiatives. Traditional big institutions find it very difficult to do that, actually. So we have initiated the India Light, that is the India Open Research Exchange Facility for Global Scientific Cooperation in Bangalore, and which is a large data, high-speed network for Bangalore institutions. And in fact, the Gloriad network today is live and active at the Center for Applicable Mathematics of the TIFR in Yelahanka in Bangalore. Okay, I won't say much about it. We also are participant and very enthusiastic about LIGO, the Gravitational Wave Observatory, and this is the reason why we have hired P. Ajit on our faculty. We also have other Asian schools and workshops, and I have already mentioned this International Year of Planet Earth. Okay, so what is the plan? So every institution has a wish list. Okay, what type of research you want to emphasize? You can't do everything. So of course, the first line is is this so-called fundamental physics line. Cosmology, gravitation, particle physics, string theory. Then biology theory. So condensed matter and statistical systems, and mathematics, and that mathematics is put in quotes. So we would like to hire mathematicians who can actually interact with other scientists. And I think finding that mathematician or a group of such mathematicians is not very easy, but we are on a lookout for that, actually. All right. So present location is just 2 minutes walk from here down the road at the TIFR Center building of the IISc, and our campus is coming up not very far away from here. So if you see this map over here, so the Indian Institute of Science is over here and the ICTS is here. It will look very far compared to even to the NCBS or JNCR, but this road takes much more time than the road over here. So ICTS to IISc is around 40 minutes on a reasonably good road. And the roads connecting to ICTS are already built by the government of Karnataka. So they are also very keen that we function from here in a high-class way. So this is the master plan of the campus. It's an architectural design. A lot of us have been involved in creating. So it has the academic section, and this is the residential. Residential means residence for faculty, for visitors, visiting guests, hostels, and also recreation facilities. Recreation is very important. Gymnasium is very important. So we have done that. And finally, I'd like to express my thanks to Shankar Das Sharma for agreeing to come and bring all his friends over here. Shankar, are you listening?
Yes, sir. My best friend.
Okay. And of course to Arindam and Krishnendu for having organized this fantastic meeting. The Secretariat of the ICTS and of course the Physics Department of IISc Bangalore, which hosts a lot of our activities. So I think that's about it. The last thing is this is just a slide from our inauguration meeting which took place in December 2009, and I'm very happy to tell you that just last week actually we broke ground, which means our campus construction has begun. After 3 years of relentless work with various government agencies, we have started constructing our campus, and in 2014 we expect to move in. Thank you very much. Yeah.